Let's get it right, though. I want to get it right. Okay. I don't see anything now where we've seen that before. So I'm going to leave this. I'm going to leave this right here. And I'm going to go inside. And I'm going to leave it run until the battery dies. It's got 40%. And we'll see what we catch, guys. That right there look good. All right, guys. I do see something beside that tree again. Just popped out. But I've got to go inside. I'm going to leave it. I'm just going to leave it running. Y'all have a chat. I'm cold, but have a chat. And I love you guys. And I'll review it after I come back out. Much love. Did I not put the comments on it? Okay, yeah, they're available. Hey guys. Why is it not showing comments? Okay, I don't know. Let me look. Oh, I fell. Can y'all see the chats? It must be just where I can't see them. I brought my, I can't see the comments, I'm sorry. I brought my ocular out here. I'm trying to see. This is a lot more clear. I wonder if I could put it up to the phone. It looks like there's something black right next to that tree. Can't tell what it is. So far away. You can see where they did logging on that hillside right there. They didn't log. It stops right there at my family cemetery, and they didn't log in the holler because it's their property right on the other side of our cemetery. I mean, yeah, on the other side of the cemetery. There's a path right there under that black thing too. You can see something has made a path up that hill. I'm gonna have to go up there today and see if it's what that is, if I can find some footprints. Look what it looks like on there. Let's zoom it back. Wait, let's see. You can't see good. Let's zoom it back and see if the ocular will be a little bit better. I can see your comments now. Yeah, I'll probably take Rachel, my friend, with me. When I tap it, I can see the comments. Let's put this ocular on it and see if you guys can, let's see where it's at. Ugh, I can't get it on there right, you guys. You'd probably be better off seeing it like that. I just wish yeah, I hope so. That would be great, wouldn't it? But I just can't see. He's not, whatever it is not moving, and I can't get like a clear image. If I was able to get this ocular on there, we could see what it was. But you guys remember it was beside the tree, and now it's in front of the tree. I'm not sure what that was, and you can see it move. And there's also something, when a camera is videoing from a distance, they're trying to zoom in and out constantly so they can make things look like things, but they don't make things move in front of and beside of trees. So that was really weird. I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much. We might start doing this every day because these mountains here, I mean, I was 30 feet from that guy up there on that mountain, maybe 40. I'll give it an extra 10 feet, but right there where I'm recording, you can see the power line right there. You can see the power line. And I was a little ways from the power line. There is movement. And thank you. I love this place. When I was younger, I felt trapped here because I think every kid does. They feel trapped because they want to be somewhere else, somewhere where more things are going on. But as I've gotten older, I've grown to appreciate this place. It's very magical. A lot of things go on here. A lot of paranormal, a lot of UAPs, a lot of UFOs, just a lot of stuff. I don't want to move. I'd like to move this around and look all over the side of the mountain, but I'm kind of scared to move it since we kind of got something right there. I hope it's not boring everybody. Let's zoom out a little bit. Maybe we could see down the mountain a little bit and see if there's something else. Look how bad that mountain looks since they logged that side. I remember when I was so stressed out when I seen them logging the side of that mountain. You guys, if you know me, I love nature and I love animals. And to think of how many homes, little animal homes that destroyed, it about broke my heart. Oh, I appreciate that. I'm glad you're not bored. And I understand a lot of people know and think that, you know, logging is for the good for people and stuff. But it makes me angry. Use bricks. Poor little animals. Oh, we got some dogs in there. Get home. No. You get home. Don't you chase my deer. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on just a minute. Y'all get home. No. You get home. Come on. You get home, boy. Come on. All of them. Come on. Come on. No nut. No nut. Come on. Come on. No nut. Come on. Love little dogs too, but they like to run my deer off, and I don't like that. It could be Zan, I'm telling you. One of these days, I'll be brave enough to tell my story on here. And you know, Michigan Cryptid did a pretty good job for me, so that's good enough right now. And I appreciate him so much. I appreciate every one of you guys. You know, sometimes when you have a story that's very hard to believe and you're scared that people are not going to believe you and scared of the ridicule, it's hard to, it's hard. Because everything that's happened to me has been amazing, and some parts scary and some parts beautiful, and I don't know how to start just to get it out. You know, you guys know about the story of me crying, and I don't know, maybe some of you don't. Up there where the power line is, I was sitting on a rock. I had the other kids watch my little one, and I was crying my eyes out. Had a really rough time with some people. And I was sitting on the rock crying my eyes out, and I hear over the hill on the left of me, It was a grunt, but it was a, I thought, man, that is a weird sounding deer. And it was a very deep guttural grunt. And I had my glasses off, and I remember I had tears all over my face, and I was wiping my glasses off. And when I heard that grunt, I put my glasses back up on my face and looked over the hill, and there was a giant hair-covered Sasquatch, a man-looking Sasquatch, staring at me. And he was weaving from side to side. He had a dark colored hair, but when the sun hit it, it was like a cinnamon looking. It was darker than, I can't. It's not really cinnamon. I say that, but you know what? It's darker than cinnamon. It's like a auburn kind of color when the sun hit it. And I don't know. I'm not good with colors. It was a reddish color hair. And I remember I got eye locked with this being, and when I was staring at him, I wasn't really scared while I was in this like trance with him. And it was like I could see him in high definition. Everything around him was a blur. It was like tunnel vision. And I remember thinking that as my mind and my body and everything just started coming back to me. And that's when the fright came. It wasn't when I was staring at him that it scared me. It was when I let myself, my thoughts, my intrusive thoughts, my scary thoughts get the best of me, because he wasn't trying to do anything to me. He was just looking at me. And back there on the mountain, if you go back, you can see back in there. Look back in there. There's nothing but mountains as far as you can see. And I knew if I ran back in there, that there was a possibility that there was going to be more of them back there. And I didn't know what them were at the time. So I didn't want to take the chance on that. So I knew that I would have to walk past him. And what I mean by that was he was down over the hill diagonal. So I would have to get closer to him and pass him and then get farther away, if you guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, exactly. That's chocolate brown. Yeah. And when I got past him, I mean, as I started walking past him, my legs were so wobbly that I couldn't hardly move them. Like every step, my leg would shake so bad, and then I felt like I wasn't going to be able to lift my other leg up to take a step. And then as I finally got past him, I kept like looking back behind me, and he was watching me go. And oh, I forgot, he was like holding on to the tree, and he was like weaving or ducking side to side and watching me. But as I got past him, I kept watching him, and he didn't turn his neck. Like it was like he had to turn his whole body to watch me leave. And then as soon as I got to a certain point, he started walking away. And at that point, I started running. And I ran down that, and you can see how big that mountain is. I ran all the way down that mountain, down through the holler. And I didn't know that I had peed on myself till I got home. That's how scared I was. And it really did a number on me for a while, until I had a group from Wild and Weird, West Virginia come down and did an investigation. They were talking to me, and he was asking me questions, and I was so scared. And he asked me, he said, well, what did it do to you? Oh, look here. And so he said, well, what did it do to you? And I said, well, it stared at me. And he said, well, it didn't try to do anything else? I said, no, it just stared at me. And that's when I kind of changed my mindset on things to, well, if he was going to hurt me, he would have hurt me. And so after that, I started going back in the woods a little bit, and it was just little bits. I wouldn't go far at first. I would just go like a little bit in the woods and then come out. And now, since 2016 to 2026, I can go miles in there, and I'm okay with it. And that took a lot. You know, it was almost like I figured out a way to mental therapy for myself. And I knew that if I didn't get over this, that it would take control of my whole life and I wouldn't look at where I live. How am I going to walk outside and not be scared? I mean, I had to do something. And that was how I healed myself. And then other things happened that showed me that I shouldn't be scared of them. And that's, I guess, maybe on the next live, I might be able to do it. Yeah, it was like it. That's why, it took me a while. Um, I would go just barely in the woods, and I would sit. I would force myself to sit there. Um, it was a lot for a while. What them dogs I had to be chasing my deer. They're not my deer, but I love them. But I had to force myself, and it took a while. And the team, like I said, the team from Wild and Weird, they really helped me out because they come and did an investigation with me and walked me through the woods where I seen it, and that really helped a lot too. I was in the military, so I've already have a really strong mindset about things, and I guess, and then I grew up here all my life with all this paranormal, and I never ran from it. So I guess all of this combined, I just couldn't give up on wanting to be in the woods because I love nature, and I wasn't going to let something like that deter me from something that I loved, because I really do. I love being in the woods. And I'm sure a lot of people have stories like this. I'm not the only one. And I'm like, it used to be. I think it was Vic Cutton if I told my story not long ago, and I cried. It wasn't the part about Sasquatch that made me cry. It was the memories of how bad my life was back then, and how, this search for these beings they've given me something to take my mind off of things. And the reason I went up there in the first place to cry was because I was having a hard time. And coming off that mountain, I might have been scared, but I wasn't thinking of why that I went up there in the first place. And if you guys if you listen to Vic's and my story with Vic, you can hear me crying, just overlook it. It wasn't because of Sasquatch. It was because of my ex. He really, we're not going to talk about that. It was just not a good situation. But being able to get out here in the woods and the nature and do what I do, I love it. I mean, I feel like that I wouldn't be able to get what I get if they weren't allowing me to get some of it, because I get a lot of stuff. And I think that's because they're comfortable. Not comfortable. Of course, they're not really comfortable around me, but they're comfortable enough to walk around where I'm at, be around where I'm at. And that's special. I'm sure there's things out here that aren't so nice, but there's also things that are quite beautiful out here too that a lot of people don't even know about. That's exactly right. They will. I was blessed to be able to experience something that I've never heard. It traumatized me. It really did. It traumatized me for a while. It really, really did. Oh, look here. They're so beautiful. Got a lot of them around here. What does that make? Like 18? We've seen this morning. But I don't even know what I was saying now. Oh, my experience. I want to be brave enough to tell it one of these days, but like Michigan Cryptid, he's got it on his channel. He's talked about it on there. So if you want to go on there and look it up and find it, you're more than welcome to. There they go. It's under Zan kindness and love. And I've really not told, what are they doing? They're so erratic, these deer are right now. Absolutely. You're absolutely right. There goes Rachel. She's gonna be mad at me. Let's get her in the video. Oh, where's she at? I can't find her. Oh, shoot. It's my best friend. I love her. What was I saying? See, my ADHD's everywhere. I'm sorry, you guys. It makes me who I am, and I'm proud of it, so it's okay. But this person, this being, taught me things that in life, and made me feel things that I can't even begin to explain how beautiful it is. Yeah, there's a road. That's how there's two ways to get off this mountain. Let me show you. Let me zoom this out for a minute, because I think that whatever was out there is kind of gone now. Yeah, the road, there's a road right here. This is how we get off the mountain. There's a road right there. And on the other side, there's a really, really, really steep road. We can't go down that one right now. But the bad part about that road is that it's around a Kisher ASS curve, and cars come around it when you're trying to pull out. So it's very dangerous. And right now, while the snow is like this, we have to take that road. Oh, I didn't get to see your comment. I'm so sorry. Well, on my screen right now, they're not just going up and down like the comments, because I have it in on the wide screen. They pop up there for like 2 seconds. Hey guys, how are you doing? I love you guys. I love you guys. I didn't know you guys, y'all knew each other. What you want to, I don't know where we should aim it now, since, let's see. Just go a little ways over this way. Another experience. I'm happy you did too. I am. I'm very, very happy about that. Another experience I had was, this is a kind of funny story. Let's aim it up here at the hill where these deer keep coming from, and I'll tell you this story. Probably get better service too. Okay, this is a good one. After all that happened to me, and I was searching, this is like a year after I had my experience, I decided I was going to go up in the holler, and I was going to do some research. So I get up in there, and I always talk about this on my videos. I hear this whoop up on the wood line, up on the tree line, up on the very top of the ridge line. I couldn't get that out. And so I was like, all right, I'm getting some activity. And then I hear a tree knock up on where the graveyard is. Look, there's a deer up there, guys. See that? And I get a tree knock up there, so I start going up that way. Smart people would have probably walked away from it, but sometimes I don't make the best judgment calls. So I start walking where I hear the tree knock. And so I get up there, and I see this pile of dung that had a lot of hair in it and bones. It was huge. And don't ask me how I know that it was still hot, but it was. So I knew that it was fresh. And so right above that was a little patch of, let me show you. Okay, I love you big, Jen. There was a patch of woodline like this, but it had more of like some oak trees and some shrubs, so you couldn't really see good. And I could see in it a little bit, and I could see a really tall figure, big black one, and a smaller one, and a medium one. And I could see them like moving a little bit side to side, but I couldn't see real good. It was just almost like shadows, really, really dark shadows. And I started talking to them. And as I started talking to them, they back up. And it was like, I know why people say now that like they disappeared, because that's almost how it was. It was like they disappeared. It was just so amazing. And I remember feeling just, it was amazing, because of the first experience I had scared me so bad. And it was almost like, yes, I can do this. I can do this now. I know I can. I did not run, and I was around 3 of them, you know, so that gave me a really good feeling about myself and what I was doing. So I head back down the mountain, head back down the hill, and I'm sitting on the side of the hill, and I said, you know what? And this was so weird that I did this, because I don't know why I did it, but I said, you know, I'm going to like build this little teeny tiny structure on the side of the hill, and I'm going to get mad and act like I can't build it and put the sticks down on the ground and see what they do with it. And the next morning, I come up there, and there was a perfect little teepee built with a perfect little round stone in the middle of it. So that was really, really cool. And it's still standing. That's how, when I show you guys, when I walk up through there and show you guys that, that's what I'm showing you. That they built that little tiny teepee. See if we, oh, here's a good bridge line up here. This is solid ice, you guys. I don't know if you guys heard me. Oh, my phone's about to go dead. I don't know if you guys heard me, but as I was coming through here a minute ago, I got to slow down. Get this one. This one's closer, and I could zoom in, and we might be able to see something better. See what we can get right here. Whoa. Okay. Oh, my goodness. That's solid ice. Look at that. Okay, let's put this tripod right here. Oh, it's just sliding. Fully grown. Oh, I wish that comment would come back. The one that I seen on the mountain, he was fully grown. He was big. He was about 7.5 feet tall. His face looked like a middle-aged man. He had a little bit of wrinkles on his face. Very human-like in his face. He had like this. It was like a grayish color skin. He had full lips. Had the crest on top of his head, of course. Back then, I didn't know what it was. I told him, I said, he had a bump on his head. I don't know what it was, but it was a big bump on his head. And I told them the only way that I could explain the nose was like I don't know if you guys remember the treasure trolls. It was like that. It was wide and then flat up to the side of the nose. Yeah, I didn't know what it was. I had no clue. I didn't know how to explain it to them. I didn't know what to say to them. But I'm telling you, I owe them a lot. They really helped me through this. I mean, they really did. And I would call them. Let's see. It was back in 2016. I hate to tell my age, but I'm going to. I am 46. Well, I'm 45. So, let's see, 66. 36, I think. Wouldn't it be? I don't know. I'm not good at math. I think somewhere around 36. I'm getting old now. I don't like it. Right here's where those 3 was spotted. I always think about that too, because what if those 3 were the same ones that my family seen, because they explained it the same way. There was a big one, a little one, and a medium one that walked up that hill right there. See the power lines that go up through there? It's funny how they always walk up those. Me and my little girl saw a little one. We was in a I don't think I've ever told you guys this story. And I don't usually, because it involves Lily and she's little, I don't usually tell the ones that when she's in them. But we were in a raspberry and wineberry thicket, and we were picking raspberries and wineberries. And right down below the thicket was a big old tree. I can't even remember. It might have been a oak tree. It was gigantic. It was a big old tree. And so we was gonna pick as many as wineberries and raspberries as we could. We was gonna make some dumplings. And she kept telling me, she said, Mom, and she was just, what, 3? Mama, she said, there's a monkey. And I said, oh, quit that. I thought maybe she had heard some of my stories before, you know, when I've told the story about the Sasquatch. I said, oh, Lil, you need to quit that. And she goes, monkey, Mommy, monkey. And she started pointing, and I turn around, and I see this little small Sasquatch run behind that big tree. And crazy as I am, I set her down real quick, and I ran and tried to look behind the tree, but it was gone by the time I got there. I don't know where it could have went, but it was just like, it vanished. And that was a really cool experience. Very, very cool experience. But I guess it had the same idea we did, and it wanted some wineberries and raspberries. So it was just a flash, though. It wasn't that I saw it for like a long time. It was just, I knew what it was because I'd seen it before. It was bipedal, it was small. And this one didn't have a hump on its head. This one looked like the, you guys have seen Planet of the Apes, how their heads were round? That's what this one looked like. It was very, very amazing. They're really amazing, you guys. The ones here are. I can't speak for the ones everywhere. I know that there's a few people that have them on their land too, and they're not bad. And I don't think, like, I've talked with Michigan Cryptid, and I don't think they're bad, you guys. Like, I think that they know people's intentions, and they can push you out the woods. I know Rachel had that experience in, what does my friend call it? The puppy. Are you still on here, guys? What does she call them? The puppy, what's Ada call them? Puppy meow or puppy something. But when Rachel was at the local park, she had something jump on the back of her vehicle, and it was so heavy that it was lifting the front end up, and it was so smart that it learned that if it would start jumping and pushing on that vehicle up and down on the back, that it would raise the back up, and then it would let it drop and raise the back up and let it drop. And then it started doing it so fast that it finally got that vehicle's front up in the air, and it was holding them like that. And it finally let go, and she said that her husband actually had a weapon on him, and I think that might have been the reason why that whatever this was unhappy. And he was getting ready to step out of the vehicle, and he had second thoughts about it and got it back, shut the door real quick, and they started to go out this little windy road. And whatever this was, because they had to go through the windy road, and I'm sure that whatever this was had a straight path through the woods, caught up to them and hit their vehicle. No, she was very traumatized. And it took, you know, I love the area. I investigate the area that this happened to her in. So I love that area, and I take a chance on it every time that I go. There's things, there's bad things out, and there's good things out. You know, we just have to always remember kindness and love, and And remember to be kind and love one another and love nature. Be respectful towards nature. When you go into the woods, make sure that you have a positive mindset. Um, just be positive and kind. Respect nature, because you never know if they're there or not. You don't know what's out there when you're out there. And you know, they have been known to scare people a little bit to try to get them out of their area because they can feel people's intentions. It would be like somebody that had bad intentions coming into your home, and what would you do? If you knew somebody had bad intentions and they marched right up in your home with a weapon, what would you do? You know, I mean, it's just facts. Let's see if we can see anything on this mountain. Yes, Rachel's feeling better. She is. If you guys didn't know, Rachel's father has passed last month, and it was very, very hard on her. And you know, I had asked you guys to send positive prayer and love, and you guys did. And she's seen how much that my YouTube family supported her, and it's about to make me cry. Sorry, you guys. I'm so proud of you guys. Sorry. She's seen how much that you guys supported her, and she was in tears. You guys are awesome. I want y'all to know that. I love you guys. And y'all don't disappoint. It really is. My grandparents, I have not lost my parents, but my grandparents raised me. Thank you, Mission Krypton, Country Strong. My grandparents raised me, and I lost them. It was very, very hard. And you know, I'm not good at, my emotions are mixed up. I went through a lot when I was younger with someone that wasn't very good to me, and I wasn't allowed to cry when I was with him, and he just made my life really hard. So it really did a number on some of my emotions. Like, they're just a little messed up, and I did the best I could to be as strong as I could for her and hug her and love her, and I just hope I did enough. And you guys did the rest. You guys really did. You came through. I'm super proud of every one of you guys. Thank you, Gigi. I'm telling you, like, I couldn't have imagined a year ago. I started this a little over a year ago, and I couldn't imagine having such good people like you guys. Like, and you know, I feel like that there's a reason that we all come together like this. You know, every one of the people that, it does mess with your emotions. Every one of the people on my, well, not every, I'm not sure about every one of the people, but most of you guys on my YouTube page, man, we have very similar ways we do things. And you're very good-hearted people, and I'm telling you, you guys are my family. 100% my family. I wish I could take you guys into the woods right there. I done tried it, and I can't go far. I want to try to see if I can see that structure. Let's see. Zoom in on it. Let's see if we can find it. Oh, the sun's right in the way. Let's see if we can find the structure. And then we'll go back over there, and we'll see if that thing is over there. And then my phone's about to die. But I may sit in front of the camera and talk to you guys so you can see my face and feel more personal. Right now, though, I had a bad allergic reaction to something, and my face looks awful, absolutely awful. My eyes, what is that? There's something right there. Y'all see that? I can't see what that is. What does that look like? An old building, a hexagon There's not supposed to be nothing like that up there. Y'all see that, right? Maybe it's just, what's the word, pareidolia? Maybe it just looks like, maybe it's the ground and it just kind of looks like a old cellar or something. It looks like a, what is it, hexagon building right there. It does. It really does look like a little wood cabin. There's not supposed to be anything up there. Maybe that's too big to be a hunting blind, ain't it? If they were, they'd be in trouble for being on my property. How far is that from the power lines? Where's the power lines? It's right down the power lines. Yeah, it looks like a... Wow. Okay, let's go here. Maybe if we change the position, it won't look like it so much. Let's see. No, it still does. It still looks like a little cabin, even with the smokestack on the top. That's weird. Okay, I can see where the trees is going through it, so it's making it look like windows. Yeah, they're well aware I'm filming there. Yeah, it could be. I found a place up the holler. I recorded it the other day. I don't know if you guys was able to see it, but they had took trees and stacked them up and stacked them up and stacked them up, and it looks like a gigantic pile of trees, but then it's hollow in the inside. I dare not go and record in that though. I will not be that stupid. It's their place. I can't even find the power lines now. The sun's shining weird. Oh, I'm not in the right spot, that's why.